Oh, got it. So, Mr. Oakes, after going over the details of the building, we've got the windows that you like, the insulated windows, the tall walls, the metal roof, um, the garage door open like we wanted. Um, so what? Oh, I'm sorry. So the
You're good.
so did you want to do this? You had mentioned that you wanted to do this on rent to own, and that payment would be 450, um, 450, and we can deliver 450, and then it'd just be 450 a month, starting 30 days after we deliver the building.
Yeah, well, like I said, I could get it cheaper just a little down the road for,
Yeah.
basically the same building for the same price.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've seen them too. I've seen where they have buildings the same size and style, um, and maybe a little less expensive. But let me ask you, based on all the features and benefits that we've talked about, um, if the price was the same, which one would you rather go with, theirs or ours?
Well, I have to say, I think I'd go with yours.
Okay, and can I ask why?
Well, because I'm here. Um, I like your style, but
Okay.
you know, just convenience. I'm here. I like you guys. You're closer to the house if I got any issues, that kind of stuff.
All right, awesome. So the real question is that convenient price, is that convenience and those if those are really important to you, then I suggest, let's just move forward, because you're really gonna enjoy that, uh the ability to reach us anytime you want. We are here. We have we have people answering the phone till 9 o'clock at night, so we're always available and convenient for you. And then I also show you some of the features that makes us stand out, over and above our competitors' buildings. Our buildings, since most of our customers are rent to own, are constructed a little bit different to last a lot longer. So, so did you want to did you want to go ahead and schedule delivery for this week, or um and next week? Which one's better for you?
But let me just have, you mean that I can call in at 9 o'clock at night to make a payment?
Absolutely. Yep. As a matter of fact, even after 9 o'clock at night, we have an automated system, and you'll be able to use with your account number, be able to make a payment whenever you want. But yeah, we have live operators till 9 o'clock at night. So,
Wow,
to tell you what, let's go ahead and fill out this application, and we'll now work on scheduling delivery for you. Okay.
let's do it. You sold me,
Very good.
you actually sold me.
Very good. I
I need
like
your
that.
credit card number.
Yeah, that
There
was
you go. And
good.
your social security number.
Yeah.
Dylan and Stephanie, we can't see or hear you guys.
Yeah, I don't even see that they're on.
Yeah, they're on.
Oh,
They're on.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was muted. That's why you can't hear me.
okay.
Gotcha. Okay. So next we're going to go with Dylan being the agent and Greg as the customer.
Okay, yeah, hey, that sounds great. It's just I saw a building just like this down the road, and really it's about $1,500 cheaper. So I think I really want to take a look at that.
Okay, yeah, I completely understand. Um, is there a reason that you haven't already gone ahead and made a purchase from the place that's a little bit less expensive?
Well, yeah, so what we were trying to do is just shop around and see, who can get us the best deal.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. Um, we've gone over a lot of the features and benefits of our building versus some of the competitors. There are competitors out there that offer a building that are extremely similar to ours. If the price were the same, which company would you rather go with?
I gotta be honest. I like you guys. I feel like you know, when I came in, you guys took care of me right away. The other place they were cheaper, but it was hard to find somebody to help you. But you know, it just sometimes it comes down to economics, right? It just
Right, yeah. And honestly, I'd rather apologize for the price today than the lack of quality and your unhappiness forever with the other company. Let's go ahead and get this taken care of for you.
yeah, I guess you're right. Because if I have a problem down the road, right? If I can't find
Yeah,
anyone
well,
to buy the building, who's going to help me when I have a problem? Yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
okay, perfect. Thank you.
Very good. So, and another thing that I thought about, Dylan, is when they say they can get it cheaper down the road. I know you had told me before that the ones down the road are cheaper, but they are just terrible buildings. So if you're out on the lot or wherever you are, they say, "Hey, I can get this cheaper down the road for $1,500 less." You could say, "You could absolutely do that. Let me show you. Let me take about 5 minutes and show you when you spend $1,500 extra with us, it's still a much better deal." And then you can go back and show them, "Hey, this is our floor. They use X. This is how our things are done, and they do theirs like this." Um, but I thought that was really good. So, Greg, we've
Sure.
been through we've been through everything here on your roof. Everything was exactly how you liked it. We have the color picked out. Have you seen enough to make a decision?
No, not really. I gotta be honest with you. We've had other. I know I told you that nobody's come out, but I did have somebody else come out.
Sure.
As a matter of fact, yesterday after you and I spoke, they gave me an estimate, and it's like, it sounds like peanuts, but it's $800 is $800, really.
Sure. Yep, I understand. So if the prices were the exact same, if we charge the exact same amount as they charged, which would you rather go with?
Or if you could match the price, then yeah, we'll go ahead with you.
Okay, why is that?
Well, to be honest, we had called that company out weeks ago, and then all of a sudden they showed up. So my wife and I talked about how we're glad they finally did come out, and it is less than other quotes that we received, but
Sure.
they didn't come when they were supposed to, and I have this horrible
Gotcha.
list for contractors.
Gotcha. I completely understand. Why else?
Um, no, I mean, you guys just seen your reviews. I did the research.
Mhm.
You guys are a great company, and I think I would trust you guys more than Billy Bob's sheds and tackle.
Sure. And that's exactly why we are more expensive than your average roofer. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and put you on the schedule. I need your signature right here.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I appreciate
Okay.
it. And I'm sorry that I waffled on you, but you know,
No, I know $800 is any little bit makes a difference for
it
sure.
does.
All
Okay.
right, before we go into the next round here, what are y'all's? Let me get some input here.
No, I appreciate that you didn't say, you know what, for $800, let's go ahead and do it. You didn't do the price drop close. Keep your value
Yeah,
where it is, you know, and then
and as far as saying, hey, if the price was the same, which would you rather go with? Because we are, whenever somebody gets 3 quotes, we are, I don't know if we've ever been the cheapest. And so I have used that many, many times, and there's only one or two things that they could say. They could say, "Hey, I would rather go with y'all if the price was the same." And then you say, "Why is that?" And then they end up justifying the $800 difference. And you say, "Good, that's exactly why we are more expensive. Let's go ahead and do this." Or they say, "Well, if the price was the same, I'd probably want to go with the other company." In which case, there is something that you missed, like they don't they don't see the value you're actually providing. And that's why they're going with the other company. At which point you could say, okay, let me show you let me take about 5 minutes and show you when you spend $800 more with us, it's still a better deal. And then you can go back through and hit different points on your presentation that the guy down the street isn't going to have included.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of these, but
Yeah.
anyway,
I would
let's-
use the word value instead of deal, but I know we're used to
Yep.
saying the word deal, but
Sure.
better value, because then people equate value to, well, value. Deal means I'm
Yeah.
getting something cheap, but
yeah,
just
very
side
good.
note.
All
That's
right.
a good point.
Stephanie, will you take a stab at it?
What, being the customer?
Being a sales agent.
Sure. What do you want me to
All right,
sell?
Stephanie. We can do a roof.
Okay.
So thanks for your time and everything. I like what I've seen so far, but I can get this. I have a quote for about $2,000 cheaper.
Okay, I completely understand that. There's a lot of people around that are less expensive than we are. We provide quality. A lot of times we offer additional items that other companies don't. So I guess, if the price weren't such, the issue for you, which company had you rather go with?
Were you asking if the prices were the same? Which would I rather go with? Was that the question?
Yeah.
I'd probably go with you guys.
Okay, well, let's sit down and go over the estimate, and if you don't mind, if you have their estimate, we could look at it too and kind of do a comparison. I could explain to you the differences in the products. That way you could see that even though our price is a little higher, you're actually going to be getting, better quality from us.
Okay, all right, that's fine. All right, very good. Joe, let's take a stab at it.
All right.
So, Joe, thank you for showing me this building. Thanks for your time, but I think I can get it for, this one's $6,000. I can get it for $5,000 down there at Lowe's. So,
Absolutely. You know what? I understand that. And I shop at Lowe's. So, I understand
Sure.
Lowe's has good deals. But when comparing the quality of the buildings, I think you're going to find a few differences. For instance, the wall spacing, we have 16-inch on center, just like you do in your house. Their wall spacing is a little bit wider than that. Our product, our flooring is made specifically for the shed industry. It has a product called ProStruct flooring, which is mold, mildew, fungus, and insect resistant. It's 3/4 inch tongue and groove, and they use a much thinner product for that. So we don't necessarily build to those quality standards. We set our standards pretty high, and I know for a fact that our buildings, we have buildings out there that have been built in Montezuma that are 30 years old and still just as sturdy as they were in day one. So if you were comparing quality to quality, I think you would find us to be different. I mean, to be the one that stands out. But if we could match that price, if we were even and our pricing was the same, would it be just price? Is that would you still choose Lowe's or would you come with us?
It's mainly the price, but yeah, I mean, if you guys were the exact same, I'd probably get a building from here.
Well, I appreciate that. I understand that. If you were to spend just a little bit more, but get exactly what you want and know that you had the top quality, would you want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that. So typically after that question, if the price was the same, which would you rather go with? I found for myself it works best if you say, okay, great. Why is that? And then they explain to you it might not be the quality because I have no idea what the and what any of the quality of the components of the barn should look like. I have no idea. It might be that, hey, you guys are closer, you guys are like actually professional versus these guys are in high school and know nothing about buildings. It could be a whole bunch of different reasons. And you ask me, why would you rather get this from us if the price was the same? And I could tell you, like, I could basically close myself and tell you I want to get it from here because you guys have better service, better hours, better people, more professional. And then on top of that, it's a little bit of better building, which is a plus. But and then you could just wrap it up and say, okay, great. And that's exactly why we're more expensive.
Yeah.
So
So I
let's go
think,
ahead and do this.
yeah, Joe, I think you know buildings a lot. You know a lot about that. But so I think you are uncovering the dealing with the objection that wasn't made yet. So we didn't really have a chance to find out why cheaper was better for him, and then let him tell you, well, it's just cheaper, and why would I? Well, and then he might say, well, you obviously, you have the floors, all the stuff that you mentioned, or some of the stuff that I didn't know that about stuff, and then you can close, then you can back it up with the details, so
Yeah.
but yeah,
I asked too many. I asked questions without listening for answers. I see that now.
yeah, I would just start. Yeah, I would just do like so I would do like Tim said, just okay, great. So if price was the same, and then one thing I was thinking about while you were saying that is that the difference between buying factory direct versus a distributor, so Lowe's and Home Depot, yeah, they carry a brand called Tough Shed, but they're not the manufacturer. They sell in bulk. These things are made in bulk, and so it's more of a numbers game where we actually finance these things ourselves 90% of the time. So so we have to make sure that every piece that we put out there is top quality. But yeah, so but it's important. I mean,
And
the product knowledge, you and Dylan crush it. Absolutely crush it.
yeah, absolutely.
Another
It's
thing that I
excellent.
learned about those sheds over at Lowe's, they don't come with the roof material or a floor or the windows they show in the display models. All that is a separate thing you have to buy.
You have to buy the roof separate.
You have to buy the shingle separate, yeah. In the fine print on their website, it says shingles are sold separately.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Shame. For shame. That is
So,
hilarious.
at the end of the day, they're actually not going to be cheaper by the time you put a roof on it and a floor in it and build it yourself.
Yeah. That is insane. Oh yeah, and then also lead time.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you needed a building 6 months from now. I thought you needed like in the next, 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And another thing to keep in mind, which I hear pretty often, is, hey, I got a quote from somebody down the road. And I know, like, when they tell me, and it's worded exactly like that. Like, I have a quote from this guy for $2,000 cheaper. Whenever it's worded like that, it's okay. Like, why are you telling me that? If you were planning to go with them because they're $2,000 cheaper, you probably wouldn't tell me. And if you did tell me, it would be like, thanks for your time, but I'm going to go with Crosby Roofing, whatever. Not, hey, I have a quote for somebody else, because it's kind of like they're asking you to justify for them the $2,000 extra they're going to spend with you. And sometimes, we can get a copy of that quote, to compare them next to each other, and sometimes we can't because sometimes people don't want to share the quotes they got. They might be lying or might just not want to share it. But anyway, just a few things there. But we are just about out of time here. Anything else that y'all wanted to go over?
Awesome
All good?
beans.
Good enough.
We're good.